The 2026-27 season is about to officially kick off, and everyone is super excited for what's to come. With everything that happened last season and all that's happening this summer, we can already tell how the new season will go, and in this video we want to share that with you. These are 7 things that will definitely happen in football in the 2026-27 season. First of all, Kylian Mbappé will finally win a trophy in Spain. This is surely not something that Barcelona fans want to hear, but it's going to happen. We just know it. What trophy is it going to be? We don't know, but he'll finally win something. Jose Mourinho is a certified winner, and when you give him a really good crop of players like the ones currently at Madrid, he'll definitely produce results. It might just be the Copa del Rey or the Spanish Supercopa, or it might even be the big one, La Liga. What we just know is that something is going to be won, for sure. Yes, Mbappé has won the UEFA Super Cup and the Intercontinental Cup at Real Madrid, but he's still yet to win anything in Spain in his 2 years at the club. That streak will be broken this season. Now, speaking of Mbappé, he's currently in the race for the Ballon d'Or, and we think whatever the result is over there will lead to a whole world of controversy. As things stand, the bookmakers' odds tell us that 2026 Ballon d'Or race is between Lamine Yamal, Harry Kane, Rodri and Kylian Mbappé, while Ousmane Dembélé, Erling Haaland and Lionel Messi only have an outside chance. But there doesn't seem to be a clear winner this year, so whoever wins is going to stir up controversy. If Mbappé wins, they'd ask how he managed that without winning a single team trophy. If Lamine Yamal wins, they'd bring up the fact that he got knocked out in the quarter-finals of the Champions League and failed to do much at the World Cup. Rodri missed almost the entirety of the club's season due to injury. Kane didn't win any of the big trophies and was neither England's best player at the World Cup, nor was he the best player in the Bundesliga. Dembélé was absent for most of the league season and was neither best player in his own team in the Champions League nor at the World Cup. Haaland didn't win anything outside domestic trophies, and Messi doesn't even play in Europe anymore. Whichever way this one goes, there is surely going to be a big controversy around the 2026 Ballon d'Or, because there's going to be a really good argument against whoever the winner is, so just be very prepared. Also be prepared to see huge fallings out in clubs all across Europe. We're predicting that at least one of the clubs that just got new coaches will lose their dressing room this season. We have seen a lot of big clubs hire new coaches this summer, and it simply cannot go well for all of them. We have already started to see some cracks in the Liverpool team. We saw Curtis Jones clash with Dominik Szoboszlai and Kostas Tsimikas on the pitch during pre-season. That could turn into a much bigger thing if care is not taken. Xabi Alonso's Chelsea career has not started very well, with fans already showing a lack of patience with him in pre-season. On top of that, he is a coach that insists on his way of doing things, which was what made him lose the dressing room just 6 months into his tenure at Real Madrid. Enzo Maresca messed up his last job himself, so who says he cannot do that again? Roberto De Zerbi has always been a man with a big ego and very unorthodox methods. Now that he's at a big club with big players, things can very easily go south. And then you can never count Mourinho out when it comes to losing a dressing room. He is a winner, yes, but he is also someone that knows how to divide a dressing room. In fact, not every Real Madrid fan was on board with his appointment in the beginning, so this could very easily get ugly. There just seems to be enough sparks here and there, and we won't be surprised if one of them explodes this season. In fact, we expect an implosion somewhere. It nearly feels inevitable. You know what else feels inevitable? A tell-all interview from Mo Salah at some point in the season. One thing we know for sure is that we haven't heard the last of that whole beef between Salah and Arne Slot. Salah was very vocal in the aftermath of that Leeds game, and even after the last game of the season, he said in an interview that he never wants to return to Liverpool. We truly believe that the man has a lot to say, and now that he is out of the club and Slot is out of the club as well, we're expecting him to lay it bare when he has the chance. Maybe it will come during one of the international breaks, we don't know, but we're fully expecting it. It'll be something like the interview Cristiano Ronaldo did with Piers Morgan after his falling out with Erik ten Hag, where he had all sorts of things to say about the coach, the club and even the owners. Football fans, this is the deal you don't want to miss. Whether you're hunting for an iconic World Cup jersey or the colours of your favourite club, Goal90 Shop has the perfect pick for you. And right now, everything is a flat 15% off, with free shipping anywhere in the world. So don't wait. hit the link in the description, head over to Goal90 shop and grab your favorite jersey today. Moving on, the way football is played is likely about to change this season. We're going to see more teams resting their big boys for league games in order to be fully ready for the latter stages of the Champions League. We have seen PSG take this route in back-to-back seasons, and it has ended up yielding the ultimate results for them. We're pretty sure that there are clubs who will be looking at imitating that blueprint this season. Barcelona have won La Liga in back-to-back seasons now, but next year will make it 12 years since they last clinched the Champions League. They might be going into the new season with the big ears as their priority, which might force them to rest their big players for the league games. Heck, it could even be why they went and got some new attackers for more depth so that they can rest the big boys for the Champions League while still competing favourably in the league. Arsenal have now finally won the Premier League after over 2 decades. They may now have their eyes set on a new goal, clinching the Champions League for the first time in their entire history. And maybe we would see City, Liverpool or Spurs give up on the league early and just focus fully on Europe. As for Real Madrid, this is something we have seen them do in the past, so we can never put it past them. Atleti did this last season and it got them as far as the semis. They surely have great motivation to try it again. And with Bayern's level of dominance in the Bundesliga, they could really adopt the PSG way and still win it all. Essentially, the whole continent won't want to just sit there and watch PSG three-peat the Champions League, because they rest their players for league games, so we expect that a few of those clubs will attempt to beat the Parisians at their own game. But this is not only about club football, we also expect to see some changes in international football, or at least a massive push for a change. With Eddie Howe now having left his role at Newcastle, we expect to see the English media push for him to replace Thomas Tuchel as the coach of the Three Lions. Most English fans and media never loved the idea of hiring a foreign manager to be in charge of the national team. And following what transpired in that semi-final game against Argentina, Tuchel seems to have lost the little credit he had in the bank. Now that a competent English manager has become available, we expect that there'll be a massive campaign for him to take over from Tuchel. Finally, the Clásico rivalry is about to become even fiercer this season. Just prepare for it. You thought you saw things heat up last year? Just watch, it's going to reach boiling point this season. With most of the Barcelona team now with a World Cup medal, we expect the trash talk to go up a notch, especially from Lamine Yamal. And then the likes of Vinny and Rudiger might react very strongly to that, which could lead to something really big in the media and perhaps on the pitch. And as you know, Mourinho is a man who knows how to stir up things, so trust him to add fuel to whatever little spark there might be. All of this will make the anticipation of the games this season go through the roof, and we could see the Clásico hit viewership numbers that it hasn't seen since the Messi-Ronaldo era. Now imagine if we see them go head-to-head for all the 3 trophies in Spain. It would be pure cinema. Anyway, it is now time to hear from you guys. Do you agree with our list? What else do you think will definitely happen in football in the 2026-27 season? Tell us in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye.